My name is Shane Buckman. I am the Site Services Manager for Subzero Engineering. My role in our department, the Site Services Department, we're able to service our customers with our project management team, and we're also able to, full circle when we're able to finish that install. If there's any questions, concerns, areas that there might be some caution on or areas that they might want addressed, we're able to do those in a timely manner, and then we kind of just get the official approval go ahead from the customer at the end of the day that, job well done. Site services is a very important part of the turnkey solutions that Subzero offers for many reasons. We're a part of the concept. We go through, we're working through some of that stuff with engineering, sales, any of, things, ideas that they want to bounce off us. We're able to give them that install point of view that they might not always think of, right? So we can put those visualizations, ideas, thoughts into drawings and parts, and then production can do that. And then we're also able to go wrap that all up on site afterwards with our installation. If there's anything, things that might change or differ from the original scope of plan, there's a lot of things and problem-solving skills that we offer and have on our team to, without too much of a drastic change, we're able to make those things happen. Whether it's on site, whether it's a quick, turnaround with more product, we're able to wrap those things up and, leave the customer satisfied. Site services is a part of the whole process, from quote, visualization, quoting, all of that stuff, and we're able to offer a lot of different areas that people wouldn't look at. Our techs are the experts. They're the ones on site. They're the ones doing the work. They're the ones, hey, we need some sort of connection point here, from the get-go. They're gonna ask those questions right away, so we're not forgetting anything, right? That's gonna help sales and SAE, help us be successful from the start. If we're not successful from the start in what we're quoting and entering into our system, how is production ever gonna be successful? And then we're gonna leave our customer unsatisfied. So with us, right, some of our techs have moved on into other roles. Our PMs, our SAEs, they're able to utilize those skills that they've gained and then further themselves and develop themselves in their careers where they can truly help Subzero grow. And they use their expertise and their experience into just making our customers the most satisfied as they can be. Site services supports the collaboration through the entire process in a few different ways, right? If there's any questions from the get-go on how we're gonna install something, or are we even capable of installing something a certain way, there's a lot of unique things. We're custom fab shop in some areas where we're not always used to, it's not just cookie cutter, right? So we gotta be able to have some unique outside the box ideas on how we can support random installs, random products that need to be, random turnkey solutions that we can support our customers with. We do a lot of working with SAE, we're working with sales, hey, what do you, they bounce the ideas off of each other, and then additional to that, we're also sometimes part of the team that goes out and does the site measures because we have a lot of that experience. We understand what's needed. We're visualizing those things. We make those notes that might be missed by some other teams. My site services team is capable of really any installation that's thrown at us, right? We have a lot of different varying products that we get into, things that we haven't done before, things that we have to learn on the fly, things that we're modifying on the fly, as things change from a site measure, the drawings, whatever it is. We're able to take those on and run with it. There's not a lot of, there is a lot of uncertainty in some situations because you never know what's gonna be on site when you're there. In the drawing, we could have 20 different cabinets, and when we get to site, there's only 10. So guess what? We're gonna have to figure out a solution to contain that area. It's all about satisfying the customer, making sure that we're providing them with the care and service that they need. And our PM team is excellent on that. And getting down to the installation techs and their supervisor, they're all top-notch problem solvers. They're all capable of really, coming up with these on-the-fly solutions as we make these things happen. Our site services team is very adaptable in many different ways. We have to be ready on the fly for any different things, right? There's a lot of varying factors that, customers can throw at us. Hey, we need you to be on site this week, and then it gets changed last minute. So we have to change all of our flights, and our teams just have to be flexible in those natures. And then when we get to site, right, if there's something that changes, right, we got to be able to source local materials. We got to be able to, if it's strut or different, polycarb sheets, our plastic inserts, whatever it is, we have to dig deep. We got to use our other teams, right? We're not afraid to reach out to supply chain. Hey, is there something that we can, use in this area so we don't have to wait 3 days to get on site, so we can take care of our customer in a much more timely manner. And that goes really far with the customer. They're always very appreciative of, hey, you really knocked it out of the park. We knew that there was issues that necessarily weren't Subzero's, but you were able to help overcome and adapt through that. Site services played hands in many different situations that we weren't necessarily sure how we were going to work our way through. There's been situations where we've designed aisle frames too big, and typically you have a little bit of a gap to stand those things upright. And in this situation, we were running into the ceiling. So we didn't really have those options. So then we're working with the team on site. How can we work through this drop down ceiling and move those things around so we can make, again, really it all comes down to pleasing the customer, but how can we make those happen in a profitable nature? We always want to be cost effective and all of that, but it's really, end of the day, you got to make sure you're taking care of the customer. Customers benefit from our problem-solving skills in the field on a variety of levels, right? They might not always have the true understanding of what the product should look like at the end of the day, right? What the overall goal is of the product, right? We're sealing our hot aisles or cold aisles, and that's what the end goal is. So they might think we could use a different type of product, whether it's brush or whether it's that. It might not work in those situations. So with our experience and with our knowledge that we've gained over the many installs that we've done, and referencing our other team members that have, also have a ton of knowledge and experience, we're able to really put together our best form, fit, function of whatever product that we can get to site and make that happen. Site services is the finishing touches for our turnkey solution that we offer here at Subzero. We are, anything that comes on that we have to deal with on the site that, maybe wasn't expected, we're able to work through all those issues. And some of the times we're able to do that without the customer even knowing that there was ever a hitch or something that we had to work through. So if we can, continue to use our resources, to continue to use our expertise from whether it's our install team, whether it's other SAEs and whatnot, we always come down to how can we better service the customer? And if we can do that without, really letting them know there was anything wrong, that's the goal, right? Then that makes Subzero as a whole, sales, SAE, engineering, production, that makes us look really good for the customer and for everybody in those situations. So whenever we can work through things without, necessarily raising the red flag, we can share some of that, but maybe it was a bigger deal than they would have, it could be a bigger deal, but we're able to solve those things without them truly knowing how big of a deal it might be. When we're able to finish a job and move on, there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't necessarily see or get to feel, or the issues, the discussions, the conversations, the disagreements that we all have to deal with from start to finish on our processes. It's truly a great feeling knowing that we're leaving the customer in a satisfied position, because all of that work that went into it, it just worked out in the end, right? And some of that, we're able to provide some of our different site services touches. We're able to fix some of those things in the field, but it's truly a grateful feeling. It's we made the customer satisfied, and it's what we strive for every job. As a site service manager, I pride myself on our team and everything that we're able to do for our customer, for our internal customers, our external customers, anybody along the line. I have complete faith in all of our install techs, our install supervisor, and all of our project managers to make sure that whatever we're providing to the customer is truly what is the best case situation. Again, there's always some situations where the customer might not know what might be best or not, and they're just trying to get the job done. And we're still always going to put the best foot forward to make sure that we're providing them with the best care. Our goal here is to leave an everlasting impression that we're not just somebody to get in there and take care of things and do it quickly and as fast as possible. We want to make sure the customer's satisfied. We want to make sure our product looks great. We want to make sure that we're able to truly push more sales out of this, right? Gain more customer contacts, by word of mouth, that, hey, that Subzero team was really excellent. They worked through a lot of our, various things that we had on site, and they did it with a smile. They look good. They're rocking their Subzero gear. They all look professional. They've got the same hard hats, same vests, and everybody, we're fitting the look and we're making it happen. And there's no real, question or concerns that we're going to do the job the correct way. You can trust the site service team has got your back, because we will always do whatever it takes to make the customer satisfied at the end of the day. Our site services team is always willing to do whatever it takes. We have to be adaptive. We have to be willing to jump on a plane and get across the country to take care of the customer, whether it's, we're flying out today, same day, or we're flying out there tomorrow or the next week, right? We have to be willing and, flexible enough to make those things happen, because that's what our customers demand in some situations, and that's what we pride ourselves on. Our site services team truly enjoys. They sometimes don't always get the recognition they deserve, but if we can make the customer satisfied, that's one thing that they pride themselves on as well.